Hi. Hello and welcome to Rayventage. Capitalism! Little Inferno is a funny little puzzle game by the developer Tomorrow Corporation. It was released in 2012, around 12 years ago from the time of writing. It is a game about burning. The game centers around your Little Inferno entertainment fireplace, where you will be spending most of the game burning things you buy from various catalogs using Tomorrow Bucks, the main currency in this game. But why are you burning things? Well, for one, there's a combo system where burning certain objects together completes combos that give you way more money and tomorrow stamps to speed up the time it takes for your items to get to you. Since they unfortunately take real time to arrive into your mailbox in-game. But don't worry, it only takes a few minutes. I think the longest I had to wait was 5 minutes for the very last item in the game. But the other reason why you're burning things is that it's cold. The world of Little Inferno is practically in an ice age. It's been snowing for as long as anyone in Little Inferno can remember. It's not stopping anytime soon, according to the weatherman, so your Little Inferno entertainment fireplace is also meant to keep you warm as it gets colder and colder. The combos I mentioned before are pretty straightforward. There's a little menu with the names of the combos listed, and the names hint at the items you need to burn together. For example, Bike Pirate, meaning you need to burn the wooden bicycle and the toy pirate together. Altogether, there are about 99 combos in the game, or 100 if you count the error combo at the end of the game. But what do you get for completing all 99 regular combos? An achievement? A good job from Miss Nancy. I wrote Miss Nasty. A good job from Miss Nancy, and a Tomorrow Corporation branded mouse pad to burn. The items that you have to burn to get the combos in the game are not just normal items, though. A lot of them have special effects, interactions, or interesting things they can do. Some items will explode into other items when burnt, like Kitty Kitty Poo Poo, which does what you think it does when burned. Or the transhumanist action figure, which it turns out has a soul, and I'm not sure it's ethical to burn that. But here we are. And speaking of, some of the combos that actually don't make sense until you burn these items once on their own. There's a combo called Heart and Soul that I just couldn't figure out until I burned the transhumanist action figure. And I saw his soul, and I thought, oh, that's what you burn. And anyways, other examples include the Freaked Out Food, where all of the items in the combo come to life when you burn them. They come to life and it's kind of freaky. Or the Injection Combo, where you have to burn the Snake Surprise and the Protein Powder together because they both explode into a bunch of needles when you do. That brings me to the humor in the game. A lot of the items are really funny, whether that's in the item itself, the description, or just the things that it does. Almost every item has some kind of humor, whether it's like dark humor or just regular, just haha funny. A lot of the items are just gross or unsettling though, but they have funny descriptions. And there's also the option to import your own images into the game and burn them, which can be really funny. So you buy things, burn them, laugh, and get combos. That's the game, right? Well, you might think that a game taking place almost solely in front of a fireplace would have no story, but the game actually has a clever way of presenting the narrative in the form of letters that come to your mailbox alongside your packages. Which, yes, you can burn the letters. You can get letters from the weatherman, a man in a hot air balloon that gives you updates on the weather outside and how it's only getting colder. Miss Nancy, the CEO of the Tomorrow Corporation, the in-game corporation that produced the Little Inferno Entertainment Fireplace, and Sugar Plumps, your neighbor. Sugar Plumps is interesting. Her letters get progressively more unhinged throughout the game, starting off pretty normal, but eventually she starts to become an unhinged pyromaniac. But she is your neighbor, and like neighbors do, she occasionally asks you for items. Except instead of asking you for a cup of sugar, she asks you for a toy exterminator because she saw a bug in her house, or a magnet, or fireflies to burn. Sometimes she sends you items too. Eventually, though, after sending her all these items, her house burns down, after which her ghost, I don't know. I don't think it's actually her ghost. I think at the end of the game she tells you she's still alive or something, but at this point I thought it was her ghost. But she asks you for some sunglasses because she saw the sun for the first time, after which she encourages you to burn your own house down. And you do this by burning all of the items you sent her together. That's the error combo I was talking about. But what about Miss Nancy? She's also been sending you letters throughout the entire game, praising you for buying things and telling you to stay warm. She even sends you a couple of items, like a coupon for 1 free hug, or the Tomorrow Corporation branded mouse pad for completing all the combos. But other than that, she's not really important until the end of the game. You also get letters from the weatherman, a man in a hot air balloon above the city, above the smokestacks, yada yada yada. I'm not reciting his whole thing. He gives you updates on the weather outside of your house, commenting about how cold it is and how the air is full of smoke from all the chimneys on all the other houses. The combination of all the letters paints a bleak picture of the world in Little Inferno, where the corporations and consumerism have practically ruined the world. As we see later in the game, CEOs just don't care and they just run away from the problems they created. So after burning all the items that Sugar Plumps asked for throughout the game, you get the error combo, which causes the Little Inferno fireplace to malfunction and burn your house down as well! Yippee! After this, the gameplay transitions from a point-and-click burning simulator to a point-and-click adventure game sort of thing. I don't know. Having nowhere to go since your house burned down, you wander the cold, dreary city and meet a few people, like the mailman who brought you all of your packages, the lever operator, who's also the bus driver in the Celebration Bus item, a receptionist who wrote the book The Terrible Secret, which you can buy and burn, and Miss Nancy herself. Miss Nancy, as previously mentioned, is the CEO of the in-game Tomorrow Corporation, not the development studio who made the game, the company behind the Little Inferno fireplace. You can have a conversation with Miss Nancy at the end of the game, and hug her if you can keep yourself from burning the free hug ticket. In that conversation, she brushes all your concerns off, though, and she tells you that the people of the town will eventually freeze to death. She also basically says that it isn't her problem because she's leaving. When she's asked about the weather, she says it isn't her fault because nobody can control the weather, even though her company is pretty much why the world is like this. And after brushing off every concern, she gets in a rocket to go somewhere else because this world is now too messed up for her to live on. Doesn't matter what happens to the little people who might freeze to death, Miss Nancy's going to space, so she doesn't have to deal with it. Clearly some of the concepts in this game didn't age very well. After you watch Miss Nancy fly off into space, you go back outside and wander into the forest. Eventually you reach a cliff where you meet the weatherman, who offers to take you away from this place and off to wherever you want to go. The game ends with you and the weatherman flying off into the sunrise. Or is it a sunset? Hopefully, it's somewhere better. Little Inferno practically shoves its messages in your face, and I don't hate it for that. From the characters constantly saying that nothing lasts forever, to the happy, upbeat music while you shop leading into the droning ambience of the fireplace. Or you wait and wait for your items. To Miss Nancy deflecting blame and running away from climate change on a rocket to another planet. The message is clear in that capitalism sucks. And that's a theme in a lot of Tomorrow Corporation's games. Even back during, like, 2D Boy era. Maybe someday I'll cover their other games like World of Goo 1 or Human Resource Machine, but until then, remember, nothing lasts forever, and that includes this video. I've been rayventage, and I'll see you next time. You also get leather. You get leather. Wow. Damn, this one's hard. It's hot in this room too. Jesus Christ, I don't have an air conditioner. You also get leather. Leather! Why do I keep saying leather? Blah 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 blah. You also get letters.